This is Classical India by Mariah. There were two main religions that were practiced in classical India, and one was Hinduism, and Hindus worshipped many gods, which is polytheism, and the most important gods that they worshipped were the Brahman, which is a creator, the Vishnu, which is a preserver, the Shiva, which is a destroyer, and these gods can take any forms, human or animal. The Hindus had sacred texts just like all religions did, and their sacred texts were the Vedas and the Upanishads. The main goal of Hindus is achieving union with the Brahman. To accomplish this, they free themselves from selfish desires that separate them from the Brahman. They believe in reincarnation or the rebirth of the soul in another bodily form to help them work towards their union with the Brahman. To get closer to union with the Brahman, Hindus must obey the law of karma. Karma refers to all the actions of a person's life that affect his or her fate in the next life. Those who do evil have bad karma and are reborn into suffering. To escape bad karma, Hindus follow dharma. Dharma are the religious and moral duties of an individual. These duties vary according to class, occupation, and gender. Hindus also believe in nonviolence. The second religion that was practiced in classical India was Buddhism. Buddhism was founded by Siddhartha Gautama. He became Buddha, the enlightened one. There are four noble truths in Buddhism, and the first one is all life is full of suffering, pain, and sorrow. 2. The cause of suffering is the desire for things that are really illusions such as riches, power, and long life. 3. The only cure for suffering is to overcome desire. 4. The way to overcome desire is to follow the Eightfold Path. The Eightfold Path was described by the Buddha as right views, right aspirations, right speech, right conduct, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right contemplation. First two steps involved understanding the Four Noble Truths and committing oneself to the Eightfold Path. Next, the person has to live a moral life, avoiding evil words and actions. And last, the person achieves enlightenment or nirvana, union with the universe. Throughout India, there was a caste system, which was a social order of the people. The top was the Brahmins, which were priests. The second was Kshatriyas, which is warriors and rulers. The third was Vaisyas, which were skilled traders, merchants, and minor officials. The fourth was Sudras, which is unskilled workers. And then the fifth was the Para, or the Harijans, which were outcasts, untouchables, the people that were dirty, didn't do the fun work. One of the empires that was happening during the classical India was the Mariah Empire. Their capital was Pataliputra, and they had many schools and libraries with palaces and temples, and they had a wall around their city that had 530 towers and 64 gates. Chandragupta helped to make the Mariah Empire. He first gained power in the Ganges Valley when he conquered northern India. He also had help from his son and his grandson when they conquered some of the Deccan to add to the Mariah Empire. From 321 BC to 185 BC is how long the Mariah Empire lasted. Chandragupta had a harsh rule, but it was effective, and he had specially trained women warriors to guard his palace because he was fearful of his many enemies. Ashoka was Chandragupta's grandson. He was the most honored Maurya emperor. He fought a bloody war to conquer the Deccan region of Kalinga. After being horrified by the slaughter of the war, he turned to Buddhism. He wanted peace and prosperity. He built hospitals and Buddhist shrines. After Ashoka's death, the Maurya power declined. By 185 BC, the unity of the Maurya Empire was shattered as rival princes again battled for power across the northern. The region of Deccan was divided into many kingdoms. Each had its own capital with temples and workshops. Women enjoyed a high status there, and in the Tamil kingdoms, women were sometimes ruling as queens. Trade was important to the Tamil kingdom. Tamil rulers provided harbors to support trade overseas. The Guptas ruled from 320 AD to 550 AD. India experienced a golden age or period of great cultural achievements when the Guptas were ruling. Gupta rule was looser than that of the Mauryas. Power was left in the hands of the individual villages and of city governments elected by merchants and artisans. Trade and farming flourished during the Gupta time. During the Gupta Golden Age, they had very many achievements. They created a simple system of writing numbers that were used today called Arabic numerals. Indian mathematicians originated the concept of zero and developed the decimal system. The Guptas built stupas, large dome-shaped shrines that housed the sacred remains of the Buddha or other holy people. Stupas had carvings of stories of the life of the Buddha. Later, the Gupta Empire declined under the pressure of weak rulers, civil war, and foreign invaders.